Hey you guys, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video we continue our Christmas decorating season 2025. This is the only video you need to see if you want to learn how to add ribbon different ways to your Christmas tree. We're going to do some beautiful techniques and I know you're going to be inspired. Now before we start adding ribbon to our Christmas tree, I want to ask that if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and if you already did, don't forget to turn the notification bell on because you will not want to miss what's coming up next here at Ramon at Home for Christmas 2025. You guys, we're just getting started. And also don't forget to share this video with your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp. Why? Well, because it is free and it really helps this channel. Now this is the video you need to watch in order to learn how to put ribbon on your Christmas tree, and you want everybody to know, so be sure to send them out to them. All right, you guys, are you ready? Let's get started. All right, everyone, so to create a gorgeous Christmas tree on a natural or traditional theme, I chose this selection of ribbons, and you guys, I am just obsessed with this gorgeous velvet ribbon. Ooh, let me get that out of here. That velvet ribbon with a gold back, and then also this stripe, beautiful ribbon, and this accent plaid ribbon, which is going to be our last ribbon to add. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to get started by telling you, if you've been following the channel, if you've seen any of my Christmas tree decorating videos, you know that I like to start with the ribbons first. I have a 4 easy step system on how to decorate your Christmas tree like a designer. So that is ribbons first, ornaments second, picks, stems, and florals third, and then at the end we add our accent ribbon. So I'm gonna start with this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous ribbon that has this beautiful stripe. It's almost like a pin stripe in red and gold glitter, and I just love the selection of ribbons here at Shinoda Design Center. If you've been following this season, you know that I've been coming here to the warehouse to do some designs for them, and they just allowed me to shoot these videos and share with you guys all of these beautiful DIYs and decorations ideas for Christmas. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a loop like this. I'm going to grab one of my wires and then I'm going to wire this together. This is going to be a traditional natural theme, so we want just a little bit of glitter, not a lot. We have a lot of berries and hollies and things like that that we're going to add. So for that, I'm going to start right here on the top, and I'm going to attach with my wire, and then I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do a loop. I'm going to grab a bristle and I'm going to fold. Then I'm going to do another loop. I'm going to grab another bristle right here, and I'm going to fold. Once you do that, you go ahead and fluff those ribbons. So I'm going to do one more because it's a longer tree. So I'm going to do 3 loops by attaching with my bristle. All right, so I'm going to grab my scissors. For this particular one, I'm going to cut at an angle. This season, you guys, we've been doing different types of decorating your tree with ribbon techniques, and I'm going to link a video down below where I share with you guys 3 different techniques on how to ribbon your Christmas tree. It is so much fun to watch, and you can learn all of the techniques that I share with you on how to create a gorgeous Christmas tree. All right, so I'm going to start right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a step down, and I'm going to go a little bit to the side as well, and I'm going to add another one of these 1 loop bows, making sure that I fluff my ribbon so it looks gorgeous. So I'm going to do 1 loop, grabbing that bristle, I just twist. Then right here I do 1 more loop, about a 10-inch. Then I grab that bristle and I twist. And then we're going to do a 3rd loop, and we're going to go down here, grab that bristle, twist around, and now we're going to cut out a dovetail. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this beautiful Christmas season so far. I'm going to put a playlist down below with all of the Christmas trees that we've done in the past. We've done some traditional ones, we've done some frosty ones. This season so far, we've done a cake theme one, I just love. And then one with penguins that was super whimsical and elegant at the same time. But I think one of my favorite ones that I've done so far is the blue and white. You know, every year I do a blue and white. So far I've done 3, and it's my favorite color combination, so I really recommend to go check it out. Right, so I'm going to start right here. I'm gonna do one more. So I went down one side on my left, down one side, a step down on my right. So now I'm gonna do one more step down in the center of my tree, and I'm going to attach right here with one of the bristles. Now these Christmas trees, you guys, come with these kind of like a rubber look-alike of foliage pine, and then also with this more affordable, to not say cheap, kind of bristle. What is a cheap bristle that you want to use to attach, not this good one, because that is like a designer element to the tree, and so we want to make sure that we grab that least expensive bristle. It's like a PVC bristle. So we're gonna do 1, 2. Then I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna go all the way in here, and I'm going to attach. And once I attach, I'll go back and fluff this ribbon right here, like this. And so now I'm gonna grab my scissors, and I'm gonna let this dangle down quite a lot, like that. All right, let me see. I have a little bit of ribbon left, but I'm gonna put it to the side because this one I really do want to share with you. This ribbon, you guys, is so stunning. It's a velvet, and it has this gold lame on the back. So pretty, absolutely gorgeous. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna drop it on the floor. You know, I always like to do that. And what I'm going to do, this one I do want to dovetail. We've done some ribbons in the past where we don't dovetail, but this one is such a pretty ribbon that it does need to be dovetailed to look finished. Look how pretty that is. And so for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a loop. I'm gonna do a 2-loop bow. And now these good quality ribbons are so easy to work with because the better the quality of the ribbon, the more wire it has in it, the more it keeps its shape. And it's just easier to form those bows. There is no way you can go buy a cheap ribbon and let it do what a good quality ribbon does. Look, all you have to do is fluff like that, and that ribbon is gonna stay like that till the end of the season. To where if you buy a less expensive ribbon, you know, they go down like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start right here in the middle. I'm going to attach this bow to the center of this 1-loop bow right here, and I'm going to make it look like there is a bigger bow in there. So once we attach our wire, we fluff these guys. Look at this. You fluff these guys right here, and that gives you a full bow right here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go over to this side. Since my loops went down that way, what I'm going to do is have my loops going the opposite way, grabbing a bristle and attaching. I'm gonna do one more right here, and I'm gonna go further in. I'm going to attach and go like that, and then I'm going to cut my ribbon at a dovetail. So we're gonna cut right here and just let it hang down like that, because it is such a gorgeous fabric. You wanna make sure that that is showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna grab my bow, make a bow, a 2-loop bow, like this, and then go like this, and I'm going to wire. And for this particular one, let me see, I want to go over to this side, and I'm going to go right here where this attached, and you know what, I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to go to my joint right here, and I'm going to add this bow. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big loop, go all the way in and grab a bristle and attach. Look at that. Look, you guys, it stays there. Isn't this ribbon just absolutely gorgeous? Look at that. It stays there, and that is the best way to lay a ribbon. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an angle. And I always like my ribbons to dangle like this. I feel like they add so much texture to your tree. It makes it look even more beautiful. I'm gonna do one on the top. This will be our last one because we have so many other elements to add to this tree. So once again, just do a one loop bow, pinch, pinch, gather, twist. Then we're going to do the other loop like this. That's our bow. We're gonna twist. We always wanna make sure that we bring forward our designer part of the ribbon so it looks forward. That way it looks finished. So now what I'm going to do is attach my wire really good. And I'm gonna go over to this side and I'm going to attach this bow over to the top right here. And we're gonna fluff. And so now what we're going to do is we're gonna grab our ribbon and we're going to go down on the side like this. One more like this. And we want to make sure that we separate them from this ribbon. I want them both to look good. So I'm going to cut right here. Actually, no, I'm going to do one more loop right on this side like this. And then I'm going to cut over on this side. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to give these ribbons a quick fluff. I'll be right back with you to give you the next step. So keep watching. All right, you guys, so we're gonna get started with this beautiful Christmas tree in a lavender dream. That's what we're gonna call it, lavender dreams, because it is absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna start by adding a ribbon. You know that I have a 4-step process which dictates the ribbons are always first. And I'm gonna start with this beautiful D. Stevens ribbon that it's a velvet and it has a beautiful champagne backing on it. Then we're going to add this other gorgeous ribbon that has a stripe with a glitter stripe in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and start by dovetailing all of my ribbons because we're going to do something different this time. Oh, my scissors are going not so good. You know, after using these scissors on ribbon for a while, they tend to dull out, but no problem, we know where to get them. All right, so then I'm going to use also this plaid ribbon that is also a beautiful D. Stevens ribbon, and we're going to dovetail all of our ribbons. I want to make some cute bows, and then I have this fairy silk purple ribbon that I'm going to add but at the very end, so I'm just gonna get it out of the plastic. All right, let's get started. So we're gonna start by adding some bows. So I'm going to do maybe about 8-inch loop. And I'm gonna grab my first ribbon. I want him to be very loopy, so I wanna say I'm gonna give about 10-inch loops. I'm going to just cut him short, and I'm going to dovetail as I go. Now, because this is not for our door, it's for a tree. Our tails are gonna be a little bit shorter this time than I usually do. Then I'm gonna grab my other one and I'm going to do an accent. So I'm gonna grab it and fold it like a taco like I always do. I'm gonna go the opposite way, and then I'm going to go ahead and do about 10 inches. Then I'm going to bring it up, down, up. This is what's going to look. So we're gonna cut a smaller tail right here. And I'm gonna go down. Then I'm gonna bring this other beautiful D. Stevens. It's a plaid and it's purple. So we're going to go over this way. Then I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to pinch like a taco, bring it up, flip it, and then we're going to go up again. So we have to fluff our bow as we go. And I'm going to cut this guy like this. And then I'm going to add this other beautiful glittered, gorgeous glittered ribbon, and I'm going to fold like a taco. I'm gonna go right here, and I'm going to do a little loop up, then down, twist it, and bring it up. Super easy. So that's gonna give us a variety of ribbons and textures. I'm gonna grab a wire, and I'm going to wire all of this together. We cannot fluff, you guys, until we wire it, because you don't want to lose the shape of your bow. I think of reeds because when I'm making reeds, then I have to make bows. So this is what it looks like. So now we can really go in there and fluff our bow. So this is what I want, some bows like this, some smaller bows. This is going to be put throughout our beautiful tree. So I'm gonna start with one right here, and I'm gonna make sure that it goes all the way down like this. So I'm going to add a bow right here. I want it to be very bowy. So I wanna make sure that I fluff all of this like this. So I'm going to do another one that I'm going to put right here. I'm going to do another one that I'm going to put right here, and then another one on the bottom, and I'll be right back to give you the next step because this is very repetitive, so keep watching. All right, so we are back. We're almost done with this ribbing step, you guys. So I just did another simple bow like this. This is going to be my bow on the top, and as you can see, we did one on the right, left, right, and I'm going to add this guy right here to the very top bristle of my tree, and that's going to be almost like our bow topper. And I'm going to make sure that I just add these ribbons like this into the tree. So that's going to be our bow topper, and we basically used all of our ribbons. I have a little bit of the purple left, but no problem. And remember, we're going to add this really beautiful purple one at the end. Is going to be our accent ribbon. Okay, so let's recap real quick. So first we added our bows, which I think they're absolutely gorgeous. After that, we started adding our ornaments. Remember to cluster them together. Then we added these beautiful picks all throughout where the magnolias are. I added some of the beautiful dangly ornaments like the jewels, and so now we're doing our last step, which is going to be our accent bows. And the way I like to do that is I like to do simple 2-loop bows. I'm gonna put this inside my box so I don't have to deal with it. So then I'm going to do some tails like this. So this is what it needs to look like. Then we're gonna grab a wire, we're gonna wire this together, and I'm going to look for some spots where I can have some of these bows kind of come out. Push them in really, but you want the tails to come out. Like this one I feel like is too forward, so I need to push it in a little bit. It needs to look intentional, like it's almost like it's growing from the tree. Like that, and in order to do that, you really have to push them in. Let me do one more. So I cut out a slant, I gave myself a longer tail, and these bows need to be really loopy because they need to really pop off from the tree. This is a 1-inch ribbon from Fairy Silk, and I just absolutely love this taffeta ribbon. It looks so luxurious, especially in purple. To me, purple is like very regal, so I'm gonna add this guy right in here. Like I said, push it in so that way it looks intentional. And then just let those tails really pop off. I'm gonna do one more. So grab a pretty long loop, and then we're gonna go down, up, pinch, like this, and then again, and cut at a slant. Grab a wire all together, and I'm going to go to the bottom, over here. And here is the end result of these beautiful lavender dreams, you guys. I want to share a few details on this tree, one of them being the bows. They turned out so gorgeous, and look at the magnolias. Oh my gosh, they are stunning. We went ahead and added these snowflakes right here. They are bejeweled, and of course the little jewel ornaments that just add so much whimsy to this tree. As you guys can see, it's super elegant, it's fresh in the color palette, and those purple ribbon tails, just, oh my gosh, look at this sideways, how they just add so much movement to your tree. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for more. All right, you guys, so we're gonna start with this beautiful Christmas tree, and I chose a gorgeous all crystal glass silver champagne kind of theme. Is going to be super elegant and glam, and so for that I chose this beautiful ribbon. You guys, look how beautiful, pretty this is. I'm gonna drop it on the floor, and I'm going to cut it a slant because I feel like these beautiful ribbons, they are super fancy, they look better well cut at a slant. So what we're going to do is we're gonna give ourselves about I want to say about 8-inch tail, and we're going to pleat right here. We're gonna bring a loop, and then we're going to pinch again. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pleat back. So this is what you want to see, a big loop, this little tail, and then obviously this gorgeous ribbon. We're gonna leave it attached to our bolt so that way we can keep going. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some wire. I'm going to really tightly attach. And so look at this, you're gonna get one loop, one tail, and then the ribbon that we're going to work. Excuse me as I undo my button because it's a little tight. So I'm gonna start over on this side. And the way we wanna do that is we're going to have this beautiful ribbon be our main layer on the top right here. And so we're gonna give it a little bit of a fluff. And then what you want to do is pull that ribbon forward, pinch right here. Then we're going to grab one of these bristles and we're going to create basically another loop. As you can see right here, we have our beautiful loop, then this loop, and then what I'm going to do is we're gonna bring that ribbon back again, and we're going to fold back one more time, bringing that ribbon, making that loop, and we're going to attach once more with another bristle right here, pushing back, and look at this. Now we have these beautiful loops over on this side, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my scissors and I'm gonna cut right here at an angle. And you guys, this ribbon, it's so stunning. It is super firm. As you can see, it really holds the shape of your beautiful bows. And so what you want to do is bring this ribbon forward. You want to always have it looking at you. Then we're going to go up, fold them in half, and then we're going to pinch and gather like this. Then we're going to give it half a twist, and you want to be left with this loop, this little tail, and then the big ribbon that we're going to be using. So once again, I'm going to attach a wire right here really tightly, because remember, this wire is what we're going to use to attach to our Christmas tree. So now I'm going to scale one down, making sure that I have all of this beautiful ribbon looking down like this, and I'm going to grab one of these bristles and I'm going to attach right here. So now we're gonna have this beautiful bow right here, and we're going to do the same thing but not coming this way. So once again, we're gonna give it a bit of a loop, fold it in half, push it in, grab a bristle and twist it back, and see how that gave us that loop. And so now we're going to repeat one more time. We're gonna fold in half, push it in, and grab yet another of these bristles and just go around. Now, if your tree doesn't have this bristle kind, what you need to do is grab a wire and wire it together. And so now I'm going to grab my scissors one more time, and I'm going to cut right here at an angle. Let's see, I feel like we need another one going down this way. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, always having the ribbon looking forward to me. And see, I almost ran out of ribbon, so I'm gonna grab another one. I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. Honey, I'm back again with another bow. So what I'm going to do is give ourselves that loop where we're gonna gather up, pinch forward, and then we're going to twist like this. And we're gonna grab our wire. Always, I'm telling you to have your tools at the ready, because you're going to become more efficient by doing that. So once we do this, what we need to do is fluff our ribbon. So I'm going to attach now another one. Remember, we're going down as a step ladder motion, and I'm going to go maybe right about here. I'm going to grab a bristle and twist it in. And what I'm going to do is grab my ribbon and then pinch the loop. Remember to fold it in half. Once you fold it in half, you bring it in and you twist the bristle. Then once again, you wanna make sure that you give it enough give. Then you fold it in half, and then you bring it in like this. You grab a bristle to attach. Once they're attached, you can really go in there and kind of fluff them the way you want them. I swear to you guys that I'm looking for a tool belt, because I always am putting my scissors down and I can never find them. All right, so once again, we have 1, 2, 3. Now I'm gonna go all the way over here and I'm gonna do my last one. So really quick, give yourself a tail, bring it up, fold it forward. Once you have it folded forward, twist that beautiful side forward like this. So you have your small tail, your loop, and then also your ribbon. And we're gonna grab that wire. At this point, because this is a velvet ribbon, I'm doubling my wire so it really is attached to it. So now we have this beautiful bow, and now I'm gonna go over here. Once again, grab this bristle and twist it in. Once it's all in place, go ahead and fluff, And we're gonna grab our ribbon, we're gonna fold in half. Remember to make that loop and grab a bristle and twist it in like that. And at this point, look, I'm gonna just cut right here at an angle, and I'm gonna let it fold down like that. All right, so that's our first ribbon. I might use some of this leftover ribbon later on to do some tails or loops, we'll see. But the next ribbon that I'm going to add is this beautiful D. Stevens. And you guys, check out how beautiful this is. It just glistens and glitters and it's perfect for this. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna do the same thing. We're going to grab a ribbon, we're gonna cut at an angle. Even though with this one you probably won't be able to see the angle. We're gonna give ourselves a tail, we're gonna go up, we're going to pinch forward, separating that loop, always making sure that it's forward. Then you twist and then you bring up. So we're gonna do a 2-loop bow. We're gonna grab our wire. I love this ribbon, you guys. This is my 5th year working with this ribbon. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is so festive. Look at that. That tail right here has so much movement. It's almost like a flyaway. So you want this bow. So now what I'm going to do, so I'm gonna start maybe right here. So I'm gonna give myself one, actually, you know what? I'm gonna start right here with the top one. I'm going to introduce it right there, and that's gonna give us a 3-loop bow. And what you want to do is finesse right here. You might wanna have those tails hanging up like this. And then what you want to do is you're going to repeat, but what you wanna do is have enough space between this ribbon and this ribbon. So you're gonna grab right here, you're going to pinch, we're gonna grab a bristle, we're gonna twist in, and see how there's enough space to put your hand in. So we're gonna do it one more time, like this. Remember to fold forward, attach right here, and then we're gonna cut at an angle right here. How pretty is that? Do you see how that creates all of those loops? Let's do it one more time. This is a mistake that I was making before by having the tail going up. Trust me when I tell you, it is way easier to fold it forward and then bring that ribbon up, pinch, twist, and this is where you separate the tail because we want that movement, and then bring it up again and then twist, and you grab your wire. Having your wires already cut, you guys, it's a lifesaver, especially if you're out there working for your customers. I am telling you, you're gonna become so much quicker, and your customers is gonna love, love, love. I love it when my customers tell me, oh, I love watching you work because you're so fast. I just love that. All right, so now that I have my ribbon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this side. But on this particular one, I'm gonna go more this way, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bring it in right here and push it all the way through so it looks like they were made together. We're going to sweep like that. Look how pretty that tail is. And so once again, we're going to give ourselves a long swoop. We're gonna fold, and then we're going to bring in right here, looking for one of those bristles. Once again, you guys, if your tree doesn't have those bristles that bend, what you need to do is grab a wire, pinch where you want it, and then attach with a wire one more time right here. So we're going to attach right here. We're gonna fold back. And once again, I need my belt because look where I put my scissors. I really hope that you are enjoying this Christmas season, you guys. I'm having so much fun creating all of these looks for you. I love the fact that we are just getting it done. Christmas, it's you know, it can be a lot for some people. And so I just love teaching you all of these techniques in hopes that you will too become a master designer of Christmas trees, right? All right, so now I'm going to bring it in with a wire. And what I'm going to do is, I already did one, so I'm gonna bring it over on this side. So I'm gonna go to this guy right here. I am obsessed, I'm telling you, with this ribbon. It's so pretty. But for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this side so you guys can see. So once again, grab your ribbon, make a loop, fold it, grab a bristle and fold it in right here. Remember to have enough space between one ribbon and the other one. And then we're going to bring it forward one more time. We're gonna pinch, gather, and we're going to make another loop right here. And then I'm gonna cut this ribbon at an angle. You guys, give it up for Jameson, who's behind the camera. He's been helping tremendously to get these videos. You wanna come and say hi? Why not? You guys, he just said no. I'm telling you, he's so shy. Come over here. You have something to say to the peeps?
We're back. We've got more. We have a lot coming up.
What is your favorite one so far?
I'm
I'm always asking this question because out of all the trees that we've done, he cannot come up with one.
Well, because I know what's coming down the pipeline, so that's
true.
why.
That's true.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Jameson. He's so funny. Okay, so now we're going to finish the last one right here. I'm going to grab my ribbon. That's it, he said. I'm going to go up, remember, and then I'm going to go around, bring it up. And just so you know, I only use one of these bolts of ribbon. It's a 10 yard. And out of the other one, I used 2 bolts, but it was 5 yard. And with 10 yards of each, you can decorate a tree. But if you're doing all the way around, of course, then I recommend you use the 2U double X, so 20 yards of ribbon. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to attach to one of my bristles. And then we're going to go over to this side to make a loop. And this one, because it has some open spaces, it gets attached to the tree. So we're going to put right here a loop. And then we're gonna let this one hang down, because that's what we did with this other one. So we're gonna just cut right here. And let's see. We have a little bit of this leftover. Let me see if I can make a tiny little bow. So instead of pitching this ribbon, we could attach it to the top of our tree. Let's see. I'm gonna try, like I said, we only have this much. So what I'm going to do is probably do like a 2-loop bow. Yeah, we can. Or maybe even a 2-loop bow will do. We can always twist it like that. Grab, instead of pitching all of that ribbon, you can just make yourself a little topper and attach it to the top of your Christmas tree. You'll see what I mean right now. Let's just put it right here, right next to our big bow. And that just looks like this is a bigger bow on the top, which is our topper. All right, you guys, so this is step number 1. I'm gonna get step number 2 ready, and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. And here is the end result of this beautiful crystal Christmas tree. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot tell you how much I love this ornament. And the ribbon, check out this silvery, beautiful ribbon. It's a velvet. And this ribbon right here, it catches all of the light. I am obsessed with this fern pick that just gives the tree a lot of depth and a lot of brightness. But what I want you to see, and you will really see on the bottom of it, is the beadwork with all of these beautiful crystals. Oh my gosh, I'm going to actually even go down so you can see all of the crystals draping down from this beautiful Christmas tree that just turned out absolutely gorgeous. And I cannot wait to read your comments. All right, so now that we're done with all of our picks and stems, it is time to add our ribbon. And you guys, this is going to be a different way to add ribbon to your tree that we've done in the past. Remember, I told you that we have a 3-way or 4-way step to decorate our Christmas trees, which is ribbon first, then the ornaments, 2, picks, stems, and florals 3, and accent ribbons is always our last step. And for this particular tree, I just decided to do something different to show ideas on how you can decorate your Christmas tree in a different way. So I'm gonna start, well, the last ribbon we're gonna add at the end, the accent ribbon. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna share with you that we're going to use this beautiful black and silver lattice print with all of this glitter. And then also we're going to be using this absolutely stunning, let me make sure that I get this pin out because I've pinned myself before. This absolutely stunning ribbon that has this beautiful, it's almost like a diamond shape, and it has this gorgeous back, which is silver, which is going to be perfect for our Christmas tree. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and grab our thickest ribbon first. This is a 4-inch. I'm going to go ahead and give it a dovetail right here. Make sure that I start with a dovetail. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tail that is about 5 inches. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to pinch, and then I'm going to do a bow like this. And I'm gonna give myself a longer tail. So I'm gonna cut right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce this beautiful wire ribbon. Once again, I'm gonna give it a tail. We'll dovetail in a second. So I'm gonna start right here making a bow like this. And then I'm going to twist, make sure that I have that print up. And I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna give it another longer tail. And I'm gonna grab my wire and I'm gonna wire all of this together. Going back like this. And so we're gonna make sure that we press this really, really tight and twist. And then we're gonna be left with our wire to attach. So now we're going to fluff this bow. I'm gonna go ahead and dovetail all of this because we want to make sure that it looks finished, and there is no better way to make your ribbon look finished than with a dovetail. Sometimes I do a slant, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I like it, but I don't like it as much as I like a dovetail, especially during the holiday season. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna, once more time. These scissors are tiny. I need a bigger pair of scissors. So now I'm left with this beautiful bow right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start right here on the top, making sure that all of my prints are forward. I'm going to attach my bow to one of my branches, really secure it. And so that's gonna be our first bow. Then what you want to do with these tails, you wanna do a pinch right here. Then we're gonna grab a bristle from our tree and we're going to secure this ribbon like this. And this we're going to do the same thing. So we're gonna secure right there. See how that gives us those two? We have a bow right here on the top. Then that gives us the two loops. So I'm gonna do one right here on the center. We're only going to do a few. This is more about the ornaments. Remember, those are precious ornaments. They're all glass ornaments. And so if you have a collection of ornaments you've been collecting through the years, if somebody you inherited ornaments from somebody, then this is the perfect way to add ribbon to your tree and then also display all of those beautiful precious ornaments. All right, so one more time. I'm going to do a tail, about a 5-6 inch tail. We're going to do a gorgeous bow. So pinch, pinch, down. Look how stunning this is. Don't you love it, Jameson?
I love it.
We're gonna do a longer tail this time. It's gonna be dead center. And then I'm gonna bring my other ribbon, which is gorgeous. I cannot tell you how stunning this ribbon is. I'm gonna go opposite. See, the trick here is to go opposite when you're doing that bow. And so now what I'm going to do is make this bow right here. And pinch and gather like this. And I'm also going to give me a longer tail because it's going to be for the front. Cut right here. I have this gorgeous bow with two big tails. And so now I'm going to do is pinch really tightly, really, really tight, so that bow is not coming crashing down. Once you have it all secure, now you can go back in there and fluff your bow. Look how beautiful, you guys. Isn't this gorgeous, this ribbon? I just love it. So once you have this bow like this, with all of your tails, what you want to do is grab this wire, and I'm gonna add this one right here to the center of my tree. And I'm gonna grab a bristle, and I'm going to twist really, really good. And so that's gonna give us that bow. Look how gorgeous that is. All right, so now I'm gonna pinch right here. I'm gonna do a swoop. I'm gonna pinch right there. And then I'm gonna do yet another one over here, making this loop. And so now I'm gonna secure right here. And I'm gonna leave my tail. Let me grab my scissors to dovetail this end. Right here. Like that. Look, see how that gives us that focal point? And so now I'm gonna do the same with this side. I'm gonna pinch right here. I'm gonna do a loop. I'm gonna look for a bristle that I can attach with. Go around my ribbon. Pinch. That way it gives us this loop. And so now this one, I'm gonna dovetail real quick. Thumbs up if you like this idea. but we have more ways to add ribbon. Keep watching. All right, so we're done with the center bow, and I have the one on the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do some for the side, and for the side, we're not going to be as lavish or as elaborate. So what I'm going to do is a smaller tail. I'm going to do just one loop bow, and then I'm gonna give myself some tail like this. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. So I'm going to bring a smaller tail, and then I'm gonna do a loop like this. And then I'm gonna give myself a tail. You guys, this ribbon is so yummy. I cannot even express how absolutely beautiful this is. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie all of this together. Remember to attach really, really hard and twist. See, that's gonna give us this cute little bow. And these ribbons, make sure that you have all of your pretty sides like this. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go over to this side right here, and I'm going to attach really tightly. And we're going to fluff this bow real quick. We're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna grab our ribbon and just do these loops like this. So that way our tree looks finished all the way around. Like that. And so I'm gonna repeat on the other side, and I'm gonna start by dovetailing one more time. It's so important to dovetail all of your ribbons when you're doing this. And then I'm going to dovetail this other one. And I'm gonna start with this guy right here, adding a tail, then a loop, and then a tail like this. Are you enjoying these videos, you guys? I am having such a blast creating these Christmas themes, and I just want to give a shout out to Shinoda Design Center, who has allowed us to come to their warehouse and work here in order to put all of these looks together for you. If you are looking for any of these products, remember that you can find all of these products at Shinoda Design Center, and I'm going to leave their information linked down below. You can give them a call and tell them that you're calling because you saw it at Ramon at home, and they will be able to help you with the ribbons. I just wish that you would see this ribbon in person. It's so beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna add this other one right here to the side. I'm gonna grab a branch. Remember that in this design, our main focal point is our ornaments. They're precious ornaments, so we don't want to cover a lot of it with a ribbon. The ribbon in this case is just a support. How is that? A support actress. And the main actress, our what we call her, our Julia Roberts, is the ornaments in this case. So she's the main girl. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna finish dovetailing this. If you want to learn how to make more bows, I'm gonna put a video down below that'll teach you all of the techniques. All right, so we are almost done with this beautiful black and white and silver Christmas tree, and I just want to add the last element, which is going to be our penguins. You guys, these are so cute, and they are perfect for an elegant, frosty, black and white theme like this. And so what I did is I went ahead and add a wire through. They're made out of styrofoam. So basically what you want to do is create yourself a cute stem. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy right here, and I'm going to go through all of this, put my hand in here very carefully, try not to disturb any of my ribbons. And I'm going to look for that stem, and I'm going to grab a bristle right here, and I'm just going to tie it around the bristle to make sure that this penguin is not gonna go crashing down like this. Look at that. So he's gonna stay right here. There's one right here, one over here. I'm gonna put a few of the smaller ones in, and I'm going to give you the end result. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so here is the end result of this gorgeous Christmas tree with the penguins. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? Look at all of these beautiful ornaments and the penguins with the glitter, the ribbons, you guys. I have to show you this ribbon right here. That glitter print is so pretty. And then this damask ribbon. Look how stunning it is, how it glitters. But look at the cute little penguin over here. It is just so whimsical, elegant at the same time, and I just love the black and white because it's not something that you would expect for the holiday season. However, it is contemporary, it's modern, it is very, very elegant. I cannot wait to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what do you think about this theme of penguins in black and white. All right, everyone, let's get started decorating this beautiful traditional Christmas tree. I'm super excited because I chose one of my favorite themes for this year, which is going to be a traditional nutcracker. And for that, what I chose, let me get my scissors ready. What I chose is this beautiful ribbon from Shinoda Design Center that has a Gola made back and this collection of beautiful nutcrackers. I'm going to be pairing that with this beautiful green ribbon, and for our accent ribbon I'm going to choose or select this right here with the stripes. There's going to coordinate all of it together. You know, if you've been following the channel any period of time, you know that I like to do a 4-step process when I decorate Christmas tree, which is ribbons first, then we do ornaments, at the end we do picks, stems and florals, and our 4th step is going to be our accent ribbon. So keep that in mind and you too can create a gorgeous Christmas tree. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it on the floor, and I always like to start by dovetailing my ribbon, and I always tell you that having your tools at the ready is the best thing you can do. And let me move this already. I can see Jameson saying you better put something down because it's making a lot of noise. So I grabbed this Santa boot just so that you don't have to hear my scissors going down. All right, so as I was mentioning to you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch right here, and then I'm going to do a loop. I want to set about an 8-inch loop, and then I'm going to twist to make sure that the design part of the ribbon is facing me, and I have all my wires at the ready. You know that I love to have my tools at the ready well because that allows me to work a lot faster, you guys. If you are out there decorating people's homes for the holidays, having your tools at the ready is the best thing you can do to be efficient. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here on the top, and I'm going to grab one of my bristles and I'm going to twist it like this, making sure that that dovetail goes up on the top. And then I'm going to bring my ribbon, I'm going to give it a big swoop, and I'm gonna go as far in as I can to the tree, and by grabbing one of those bristles I'm going to twist in. All right, so I'm gonna do a second one right here. Okay, so you're gonna do a swoop like this. As I mentioned, you're gonna pinch right here, and then you're gonna go as far in as you can. You're gonna grab one of your bristles right here, and that you're going to attach to your ribbon, and we're going to leave a big tail like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my scissors over here. I always like to put my scissors on my pocket, well, because you know I don't like to be looking for them, so I'm going to put them right here. I have ripped a few pairs of jeans. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over again. So I'm going to dovetail right here, and I'm going to pinch. Let me give you a close-up. Once you pinch your ribbon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a swoop like this, and then you pinch, 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 and what you're going to do is you're going to twist like this. You're gonna grab your wire and you're going to go around it, and then we're going to pull really tight, and so you're gonna have this tail, this loop, and the rest of your ribbon going down. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this side, and I'm going to go over to the top one more time. And as you can see, this is creating our bow at the top, and that's why you want to have that tail. We want to have almost like a funky bow. And don't be afraid to manipulate your ribbon. You're not going to hurt it, trust me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more swoop right here, and I'm going to grab a bristle like that, pinching my ribbon. And then I'm going to make sure that I have my ribbon one more time going down, and I'm going to secure with one of my bristles. And once again, I'm going to leave a tail, and I'm going to dovetail right here. As you guys can see, they're not on the same spot, but that's fine because they have to be almost like really close looking sisters, but not quite like twins. So I'm going to do one more time, but I'm going to do it in the middle. And for the middle, what I'm going to do is instead of just doing one loop, I'm going to give my tail right here. Then I'm going to go under. And because that is like the dead center of my tree, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bow, a 2-loop bow like this. I'm going to grab a wire. I'm going to pull back really tight. And so now I'm going to go right here in the middle of my tree. I'm going to grab a bristle and I'm going to tie my wire to that bristle right in the middle, very secure. You want to fluff this bow. And so what you want to do is you grab your ribbon, you give a swoop, and you want to grab another bristle. Now this tree is perfect, you guys, because it has that really beautiful greenery right here, but towards the back of the branch right here has a PVC type of bristle that you use to attach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another swoop right here, and I'm going to go all the way to the back, grab a bristle, and so now, oops, I'm telling you, I'm always losing my scissors. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my ribbon right here, like that. And we have enough ribbon. As you guys can see, I just use enough ribbon with one bolt to do my whole tree. You do not really have to, well, you can put as much ribbon as you want. It's your tree at the end of the day. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one more, but this time I'm only going to do one loop. It all makes sense when I explain this to you. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my wire. This wire, it's a florist wire, you guys, and it is the best thing you can use. See, I'm gonna put it right here, right next to my bigger bow. I'm gonna do another loop. I'm gonna grab that bristle and tie it. So now we have a bigger bow because I want to continue over to this side, like so. I'm gonna be a bigger loop right here. We already have the bolt, so might as well use it. Grab a bristle right here and attach it. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do yet another right here, attach. Right, make sure that it attaches really well because you don't want that to come crashing down like that. And so now I'm going to, actually take it off the bolt, and I'm going to dovetail right here. See how pretty that is? I just love the way this looks going both sides. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it. So for that, I'm going to use my green ribbon, and we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm gonna drop it on the bottom. I'm gonna grab my scissors. Look how gorgeous this is, you guys. This is a beautiful fairy silk ribbon. Has this gorgeous green glitter stripe, and then it has a beautiful taffeta back. It is so stunning. I absolutely love it. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to pinch right here, do a pinch. I'm going to grab a wire, attach right here to the top, make sure that it's really tight. So I'm gonna attach right here, really next to the other ribbon. And so what we're going to do is kinda put it under the other one. I'm gonna pinch right here. With the same bristle that I attached the other one, I'm gonna use to attach my ribbon, like this. Look how beautiful that is. So I'm gonna do another one going under it. Pinch, pinch. Basically, unattach my ribbon, attach it again, and see how that gives us that big bow right here. That's what we're going. We really want to be able to make a big statement with your ribbon. However, you want to use the least amount of ribbon possible. So now I'm gonna move on right here to the middle, and you guys will see how big of a statement this makes. So I'm gonna dovetail my ribbon. I'm gonna give it another tail right here. This ribbon, you guys, is absolutely stunning. I wish you could see it in person. Remember, this is from Shinoda Design Center. It is available. I think they do ship, so be sure to give them a call. I'm gonna leave their information down below. So I'm gonna grab my bristle right here, and I'm gonna twist, making sure that that dovetail goes like this. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a big loop. I'm going to attach right here, right on the same spot where the other one is attached. Basically what you want to do is unattach it and then attach both of them together like this to kind of create that same loop swoop that we're doing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do yet another one, and I'm going to attach it right here, right next to my other one with a bristle. And now we get to dovetail this beautiful ribbon. And don't be afraid to cut your ribbon, because sometimes these ribbons are not very forgiving. So it is better, you get a better mileage out of your ribbon if you actually cut. I know some of us are so afraid to cut our good ribbons, but what are you going to do? Save it? You know what you could do is just make the bows and then save the whole bow together, because look how much more mileage you get out of your ribbon by doing this technique. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another one right here. I'm going to grab my wire and my scissors because I'm going that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my wire right here. I am going to twist, and what I want to do is go right here in the middle, like this. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to this side. Look how big of a loop this is. This is probably about 24 inches. And so I'm going to attach right here, like this. Look how stunning. You guys, a good ribbon has a wire that when you do this right here, the ribbon stays like that. If it flops like this, that is not a good wire on your ribbon, and you probably need to invest a little bit more on a better quality ribbon if you want your tree to look this gorgeous. All right, so now I'm gonna cut right here. And I need to reassess. So to reassess, I kind of have to look at my tree right this way. You know what, I feel like I need to do another one over on this side. So what I'm going to do, remember what we're going to do this time is we're going to let this ribbon really be the star of the show, and the ornaments and the picks are going to be just a little accent for our tree. So oops, I'm going to grab another one of these wires. Sorry, we're going to talk. We're going to grab our wire and we're going to wire this loop together. And I'm going to start right here on the top, right about here. Attach it really tight and really close to the trunk of the tree. And so now we're going to go ahead and do our loop like this. And we're gonna go right about the same spot that we did this other loop right here. And then we're gonna do yet another one facing forward like this. And like I said, this ribbon, because it has a wire, it really is super easy to manipulate. I'm gonna cut right here. So far, so good. I absolutely love it. But I have enough wire, enough ribbon to just do one more right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach just right here with one of these bristles. If I have this much ribbon left, I'm not gonna save it, might as well use it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do yet another swoop like this. I'm gonna go right here, grab my bristle, then do one more swoop. As you guys can see, I used only two bolts, one of the nutcracker, one of these beautiful green, and then I'm gonna cut a little tail right here. Like that. All right, so give me a second while I fluff these ribbons and I'll be right back to give you step number 2. Keep watching. All right, so let's recap before our last step. The first thing we did was to add our beautiful ribbons, and I absolutely love the nutcracker theme on this right here, this beautiful green ribbon. So then what we did is we added all of our ornaments, starting with the green, then all of the accent ornaments, and at the end we added the clusters with the white to kind of tie in with the ribbon that has the white. After that, we added all of our picks in different shades of green, gold, and red. And so now to tie it all together, what we're going to do is add our accent ribbon. You know that if you've been following the channel, I have this technique, and if you just follow it, your Christmas trees are also going to look gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut a dovetail, and what I like to do is do a tail like this, do a single loop bow like that, grab my wire, and basically what you do is you just do a single loop bow like this, You want to fluff it really good. And then what you want to do is give it a longer tail right here. And I always like to put that ribbon on my pocket because I'm going to be doing this a lot. And then you dovetail this guy right here. And then you look for a spot. Look at this ribbon right here. It's just a single tail. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a spot like right here, and I'm going to bring that ribbon and put it all the way in, pull it in, so it looks like that loop is just hanging out and curling. Look at that. That single loop right here, it really ties in all of the colors of the tree. I'm going to do it one more time. So once again, just dovetail your ribbon. You guys, I always like to start decorating my Christmas tree with the main ribbon. In this case was the nutcracker. And from there, I pull all of the colors and the textures that I need to finish my tree. So once again, just two tails, one longer than the other one. I'm going to attach my ribbon. Then I'm going to dovetail the other end. This ribbon has to hang out. It's part of our flyaways. If you've been following the channel, you know what our flyaways are. It's just something that it sits on the top and it really gives it that much more texture. And we're gonna wrap that around like that. We're gonna bring out, look how pretty that is. Just an extra touch. I'm gonna do one more, then I'm gonna speed this up and give this tree a fluff and show you the end result. So one more time, just give it a tail, pinch, go under it, do about a 6-inch loop, pinch, grab your wire. We're going to attach and then tie it really tight. I'm gonna give it a longer tail right here. This is gonna be for the top, so make sure that you dovetail one more time. And I'm here to tell you, if I can do it, so can you guys. All you have to do is give it a try. Don't be afraid to cut your ribbons. Don't be afraid to mix textures and all of these beautiful patterns, because that's what really creates the magic of the holidays. At least for me, that's what makes our trees look absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna go right here in the center. Actually, no, I'm gonna move on down here. So I'm gonna put this guy right here. I'm gonna attach my wire to a bristle on the back, making sure that that's really tight, like this. Then I'm gonna flip this guy to make sure that it's popping like that, and look how pretty. All right, so I'm going to finish this tree and I'll be right back with you to give you the end result. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so here is the end result on this beautiful nutcracker theme. I went ahead and added some of these big nutcrackers to my Christmas tree, and I just gotta say that I also love this stripe ribbon. It really does complete the look. And you guys, look at all of those picks going all the way down on the Christmas tree. The gold, the red, the lime green, it is the perfect combination. And I just wanna give you a close-up right here of this beautiful nutcracker ribbon, and then the big nutcracker with all of the picks. It is absolutely stunning. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know what was your favorite part. Okay, I cannot wait to read your comments because that was a lot of information. So I want to know, what was your favorite way to add ribbon to the Christmas tree? Trust me when I tell you, this is the only video you need to see to learn how to put ribbon on your Christmas tree. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to continue to be inspired with Christmas tree ideas, swags, wreaths, centerpieces, garlands, I'm going to put a playlist right here of videos from the past so that you can continue to be inspired. Now, don't forget to send this video out to your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp. Why? Well, because it is free and it really helps this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and until next one, you can watch my videos right now. Bye.